Motherfucker, you're a bitch.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about how to set up your character for the ultimate Hitman build in Cyberpunk 2077. Now if you are a fan of the Hitman video game series, you're going to absolutely love this build. So in this video we'll be going through the three essential aspects of creating this build. The first is getting the clothing and the gear, followed by the weapons, and last but not least, the skill attributes and perks that you need to build the ultimate Hitman. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So for the first section of the video, we're going to look through all the different clothing needed for this build and how to obtain them. Since we're going for the Hitman look, the clothing is all going to be a Corpo theme, hence most of the items will be part of the legendary corporate set that you can find in the game. The first item on the list is a legendary clothes called the Corporate Blazer with bulletproof lining. This is a chest piece that can be found on a corpse in Northside Watson. It's found next to a burning car, beside a closed diner with a neon sign spelled love. So just a tip, save your game before you pick up your legendary gear, because when you pick up the gear, it's going to roll with a random mod slot. So reload your save game if you don't get the mod slots you want. The next item is the breathable reinforced bio-cotton corporate slacks. The location of these pants are found in the north side of Watson as well, seen in the map right here. Once you're there, go into the car park and look for an expensive looking car, and beside it you'll find a corpse lying next to it. So just walk up to it and claim your new legendary corporate pants. The third item on the list is the tactical hybrid corporate glasses. These are a legendary pair of glasses that are located on the road leading up and away from Rancho Coronado, Santo Domingo. You can simply drive up to the billboard and there should be a corpse lying next to it where you can do the item. This is also a great spot to just take in a scenic view of the city. Next up, we have the inner shirt, and for this piece of clothing, I couldn't really find a super corporate looking shirt, so here you can really just pick and choose what you think suits the look the best. You can buy corporate looking gear from the high-end clothing stores like Jinguji, or if you're lucky, you can loot them from Arasaka agent corpses. Personally, I like Yorinobu's formal shirt, and you can find them when you break into his apartment during the main story mission. If you want a legendary piece of clothing, you can consider getting the heat-resistant Nanoweave media shirt. This can be found on the left side of the map at this location. So just walk down the flight of stairs, climb over a fence, and you'll see a dead body lying on the ground, and you can loot it from there. Last but definitely not least, we have the Ergonomic reinforced corporate evening shoes. These are located in between these two buildings in southeast of Westbrook, and basically you loot it from a corpse among some wreckage. I believe in order to get these to spawn, you will first need to complete the side mission I Fought the Law, which is quite a long side mission that pairs you up with a detective to solve an interesting murder case.
Hello, V. I'm Jefferson Perales.
In the next section, we're going to cover some of the weapons as well as vehicle you'll be rocking with this Hitman build. So to get the iconic Hitman look, we'll definitely be looking at handguns, and the first one on the list is actually going to be one of my favorite guns in the game. That is Johnny Silverhand's very own pistol, the Malorian Arms 3516. This is one of the best guns in the game, where you can shoot through walls and also have a special melee attack that does fire damage. In order to obtain this gun, you'll first need to do a side quest called Chipping In. This will bring you to the club Afterlife, where basically you have to let Johnny Silverhand take control of your body and he goes completely wild. If you don't have this quest yet, you might have to play the main story mission further, and this quest will automatically appear for you. After a crazy night, you'll wake up and meet Rogue, who will then take you to hunt a person called Grayson. After you defeat him, you'll then be able to obtain this iconic gun.
Not yours, I don't think.
Do note that you'll be presented with an option to kill him, but if you spare his life, he will actually give you the keys and tell you the location of Johnny Silverhand's Porsche 911.
Take that rag off it. Okay.
If the Mandalorian arms is not your thing, or you have not reached this part of the story yet, there are also other handgun options that you can go for. A personal favorite of mine is the Lizzie pistol, which you can get really early on in the game. It can be found in one of the basement rooms of Lizzie's bar. It has amazing DPS and it's just really fun to use. Another really good option that is really OP with this build that I will show you later is the Overture Revolver. It has really high base damage, and when you put a silencer on it, you can basically one-shot almost any enemy with it. Now what's a hitman build without a sniper rifle? That's right, for the third item in my loadout, it's a sniper rifle, and the one that I've chosen is the iconic sniper rifle called Overwatch. You get this from a side mission called Riders of the Storm, where you have to team up with a character called Panam to rescue one of our ex-gang leaders called Saul. A side note, Panam can be romanced, but you have to choose the right dialogue options with her during these missions. Once you complete this mission, you automatically get this sniper rifle. It's a bolt action sniper rifle and also comes with night vision scope.
I know.
Now the final item on the list to complete this hitman look is definitely going to be the car, and for that we have chosen the Rayfield Caliburn, one of the supercars that you can obtain in Cyberpunk 2077. It's one of the nicest looking cars in the game and just looks like a hybrid Lamborghini and Bugatti Veyron to me. I think the best part of the car is actually how it sounds. Just have a listen. Doesn't this just sound so amazing? So you can actually get this car for free, and to do so you have to go to this location in the map between 11 PM and 12 AM. Drive through the tunnel and observe your minimap. There should be a car icon that appears, and when it does, you know that it has spawned. The car will be just sitting there in a blue container waiting for you to claim as yours. Now on to the very last section of the video, which is the build itself. As a hitman, your main focus should be on weaponry and stealth. As such, this build will focus on putting in points into reflex to increase your handgun damage, as well as the cool attribute to boost your stealth abilities. This makes this build viable and very strong. You want at least 12 points into reflexes and 11 points into the cool tree. Before I move on to the perks, here's just a clip of how insane this build is. Basically, you'll be a stealth assassin, critting for 100k per headshot, and I'm not even that high a level. Now let's go over the perks which make this build really OP. So first up, you want to put in perk points into stats that straight up boost your damage, crit chance, reload speed, and basically anything that will help increase your DPS. Now this build will focus on doing headshots, so you definitely want to max out Real Bravo, which increases the headshot damage multiplier. You also want to get Wild West, which removes the damage penalty when shooting your handgun at range. Effectively, this makes your handgun a sniper. Other good perks to have are the Acrobat, Attritional Fire, and Grand Finale. Moving on to the cool tree, you want to put points into stealth. Key passives to get are the Silent and Deadly perk, which increases damage dealt by silenced weapon by 25%, and I'll come back to that later in terms of the weapon mods. The Assassin perk is a great one as well, as it gives bonus damage to enemies that you encounter which are human. You will want to put some points into increasing your crit chance, movement speed, and most importantly this passive called Sniper, which increases headshot damage by 50% if you're out of combat, which most likely you'll be with a stealth build. Now I hope you can see how this is beginning to shape up into a really strong build, because all these numbers stack and multiply with one another, significantly boosting your damage. Lastly, in the Cold Blood tree, I suggest you put at least 1 point to Cold Blood. This almost always procs when you kill an enemy and will accumulate experience to your Cold Blood progression tree. This unlocks additional rewards and will pay for itself ultimately. You should also get the Frozen Precision perk, which increases the headshot damage by a whopping 50%. Last but not least, For the weapon, you want to rock a handgun with a high base damage. I like to use the Overture as it has the highest base damage of any handgun I've seen so far. You would also need to attach a silencer. Although there's some damage penalty, it also provides a 2.5x multiplier when in stealth. This will help you to remain in stealth and enjoy all the perks and benefits of your stealth passive. The final component to complete this build is to equip the right cyberware. For this, you will want to swap out your current operating system to the Dynala Sendivistan, which allows you to slow time for 16 seconds or more, depending on the quality of your equipment. This allows you to achieve the slow-mo bullet time effect. It also grants additional crit chance and crit damage during the effect, and you can add on additional items to prolong the effect or increase your crit chance and crit damage. Do note that you have to actually give up hacking if you equip this item. So that's about it for the build. I hope you found the video useful, and if you have any suggestions on how to make this Hitman build even better, do share with me in the comment section. Now if you like my content, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm really trying to push for 1,000 subscribers by end of the year. I will leave you with some gameplay footage of me killing mobs and bosses with this build. Enjoy.
Down.